I don't know if you heard of Jeff Booth, but he had
Of
a
course, yeah.
good quote. About he said that if you have corruption at the base layer of money, which we obviously do, you have corruption everywhere in society. And I've been thinking about that, because money is the base layer of our entire economy, and there is corruption, and it's very, very severe. And what I'm trying to grasp is, if we correct that with Bitcoin, how do you think that all the corruption elsewhere will also go down because the base layer does not have that corruption? And do you agree with that quote from Jeff?
Broadly speaking, yes, but let's sort of dig into why. It's like when you like corruption is merely the process of doing something to gain an unfair advantage over someone else, and that can have benefits in the short term. And what will happen is, like, even on a Bitcoin standard, there will be some levels of corruption that happen, but when the incentives are designed in such a way that the short-term consequence of corruption can be hidden, which is kind of what we were discussing before, right? When you can lie to yourself economically, what happens is you actually enable the incentives enable more and more corruption, because you can hide the consequence, the longer term or the medium to long term consequences of the bad behavior. And what you do is, it's like a cancer that spreads inside the system until the consequences actually catch up. And when they catch up, you have a catastrophic failure. You have a break in the system. Whereas in Bitcoin, or on a Bitcoin standard, after we fix the base layer, the incentive to corrupt in the short term may still exist, but because Bitcoin fundamentally, transforms time preference, and it transforms incentives, like the incentive to cooperate and to treat the counterparty with respect, and to basically be a good economic actor in relation to your counterparty, that incentive actually is higher than ripping them off, or trying to play funny buggers, or trying to do something. So some may do it, but they will feel the pain of that fraudulent decision much quicker. And when you balance that, as a rational economic actor, when you balance that against the incentive of just playing good with your counterparty, you'll naturally trend towards doing the right thing. Whereas in today's day and age, like, if you can get a fucking edge, you'll do it. And if you're not going to get in trouble, of course you're going to do it, i.e. corruption. Or if you're going to be fundamentally protected through some bullshit legality or regulation or whatever, you will...
Subsidy.
Yeah, subsidy or whatever. You will fucking take advantage of it. That is the rational thing. But in the absence of all of that crap, it doesn't make rational economic sense. And that's how Bitcoin sort of quenches corruption, not through force, not through mandate, not through regulation, but through economic incentive. That's what it fixes. So I don't know if Jeff explained that very well, but that's sort of how I understand and perceive Bitcoin as a solution to systemic corruption.